I'm Joseph with JTech. I'm going to be going over how to recycle, full vacuum, and recharge an AC system. So, we got the machine here that'll finish do all of it for us. Now, we got two different hoses here. You got the blue hose and the red hose. The red hose is for the high side of the system, and the blue hose is for the low side of the system. Come over here, where we can tell where we have to hook them up. Is the low side is going to have a small fitting and a bigger tubing, and the high side is going to have a bigger fitting and a skinnier tubing. So these are just like a normal like pneumatic fitting. You just squeeze this, put it on, and there we go. You got both sides. Alright, and then we go over to the gauges. We have the monitor the gauges as we slowly close the valves here, and we watch see the gauges go up. So we just turn these very slowly until the gauges go up. So I'm doing the low side right now. Alright, so now we're going to do the high side. We're going to do the same thing. Now the system has been vacuumed quite a few times, so we might not see anything. We just go until we feel a little bit of tension on this. Both of these are there. As I said, these haven't been discharged a lot, so there's not much on there. Now, another thing you got to keep in mind when we're doing this is we can't let any of the refrigerant out. It's a very bad greenhouse gas, and you can fined a lot of money, somewhere between $10,000 and $25,000. So you want to make sure whenever you're working with the system that you keep it all sealed. So first we're going to recycle the system. Make sure there's nothing in it actually. Alright, check origin level. Alright. We just connected the valves and we open the hoses. So I'm going to start. Now we're going to wait for it to do it. Now when it's doing this, we got to listen for the machine to click so the valves inside of the machine actually turning off and on, and what I just did with the clip. And what that's doing is that's cleaning out the machine of anything besides the refrigerant. That is, we don't contaminate the system whenever we draw it out or when we go to put it back in. Okay, now the recycle is in process. As you see, it's measured in ounces. Another thing we gotta be very careful of whenever we're doing this is that we do not touch the machine at all, because it uses very sensitive scales to determine how much it's actually loaded into the system and how much it's pulling out. So if we touch it, we can actually throw that measurement off. So now we just gotta wait for this to recycle it, which is showing about 4.5 more minutes. And come back once it's done. Now all the refrigerant, it's draining the oil, and once this is done, and it shouldn't take too much longer, then we can start putting a vacuum on the system. Now we can do a vacuum on the system for multiple reasons. One, the main reason is to check the security of it, and along with that, and this is another reason, is to find a leak, because if we try to pull a vacuum and it doesn't hold a vacuum, then there's a leak somewhere, and with that we can use a sniffer, which is a machine that pretty much detects like Russian air and stuff like that. So if we move around all the components of it and we start getting a signal from it, then that lets us know that there's a leak around that area, and that can either tell us that we have to replace maybe it's just the hose or the condenser or some other part of the system. So we're going to wait for this to finish up, and it should be done shortly. Okay, now all the oil is straightened out, we can do a vacuum test. And so we go press vacuum on here. Now it's going to check all the pressures. So here we go. We'll narrow this down. 5 minutes, just so it's not waiting all day, and after 5 minutes we should have a good idea on whether or not the system is secure. So then we hit yes. Perform leak test, yes. Okay, now it's going to be testing the level, and if you look right here, you can see that it's pulling that much vacuum on the system. So right now it's pulling 25.9 inches of mercury, and inches of mercury is how we measure vacuum. So we're looking for high 28s and low 29 numbers, and that's like a good range for us to be able to determine whether or not there's a leak in the system. And one reason why that we drain out all the oil before we do hand is because oil doesn't compress into liquid and gas does. And we pretty much have it narrowed down to just the gas, and we're trying to make it so there's just air in the system when we're doing the vacuum. Now if you look, we get about 28.7 inches of vacuum. 28.6, so that's telling us that there's a very small leak in the system. As you'll see, it'll hover between the two. But with that, I mean, we don't really have to continue too much farther. We already know that there is a small issue there, so we can just hit stop to end. And then from here, we would wait and make sure that it's actually holding the vacuum. You can see on the gauges here, the high side doesn't go in the negative, but it does go past, and this should be relative to this, to the low side. The low side actually shows that it's just about 30 inches of vacuum, which is what we saw on the digital indication there. So now that we're done doing the vacuum test, we know that if there's a leak, it's a small leak. We normally want to load the system up more, but I'm just going to go over for demonstration purposes, and then we'll drain it back out, just so that we don't contaminate the system, contaminate the air. But this is another way that we can use a sniff test or something like that to find a leak, is by putting a little bit of the refrigerant in. And when we put the refrigerant in, then we can either look around to see if we see any refrigerant anywhere in the car. Obviously this is a like model that we have outside of the car. It's fully functional, but we'd still be able to see the leak. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to charge. We hit charge, and to charge them out, we're only going to do 1 ounce, just so that we're not wasting too much of it if it were to leak out very quickly. Then we hit continue, and we're going to use that the PAG type oil, and we're going to charge both sides, not just the high or just the low, but both of them. So we'll hit yes to continue, and now it's going to load 1 ounce of refrigerant into the system. Now, one thing to keep in mind, a lot of newer systems are going to be using the R134 alpha type refrigerant. There's also an R12 type. You do not want to charge an R12 type system with R134 alpha, and vice versa, because that can cause damage to the system and all components in there. So we already knew from the start that this was an R134. It's used multiple times, but on your car, whatever it may be, you want to use whatever the car's recommended is, and there should be a sticker somewhere on the car when you pop the hood that should tell you what kind of refrigerant's in it and how much of it you're going to need. So now it is clearing the whole system out, and it's getting ready to actually put the refrigerant in. Now, for the exact amount of refrigerant that we're going to use, you'd want to look it up either in the service manual for the vehicle or on either ProDemand or AllData, and that will tell us exactly how much refrigerant we should be loading if we know it's a good system and there's no leaks. So right now, okay, it's done to charge, and as you can see, we got these pressures here, and we just want to make sure that they don't go too high. The highest that we'd like to see is 115 psi without an engine running. With the engine running, we want to see about 38 psi on the low side and somewhere between 265 275 on the high side. So as you can see, we loaded 1 ounce right here, and these are showing relatively the same amount of pressure, just the gauges are set differently. So like the maximum is 350, this one's 500, and this is at about 20 right now, and as you can see, this is relatively about 20 as well, which is telling us that the entire system is good. So now we'll claim it back so that we don't lose any refrigerant that we need. So we'll hit continue. And stop. Recycle. Okay. And we already know the hoses are there. And now we're clearing the refrigerant back out so we don't lose any from that small leak that we detected before. And that is it.